And Mama Bear would climb on top of the dumpster, and she would jump on it until the lid fell in, and then she would throw food out to the baby bears. And at the community center, they had a really cheap back door. And so the baby bears would hide over by the community center, and they would wait for the mom to break through the dumpster. Well, one night, the baby bears discovered that they could just break through the door into the community center and go get the food out of there. And there was a mean woman. Before Emily was there, the woman that ran the community center, she was not nice. And so she called the police and said, I want a trap set up outside the back because a bear broke into my store and ate my food. And I called the police and I said, that's not fair, because that door was cheap and it had a big hole in it. And the baby bears were just invited in, basically. So the police said, you're right, we'll take away the trap. But it's going to take a couple days. So, for those couple days, I would go, they'd close the trap up so the baby bears wouldn't get caught. And I would make sure that they didn't get caught. But some do-gooder down the way decided that he wanted to catch the bears anyway. So one night I went out there at about 11 o'clock to make sure that the bears were safe and that the trap was closed. And it was. And so Mom and I went to sleep. And at about 4 o'clock in the morning, your mom woke me up. She was like, Dad, you should hear the noise that's going outside. I think that the bears are in the trap. So I went outside, and I saw the mama bear standing next to the trap, and she was shaking it with her paws, and both of her babies were inside the trap. So I went out there, and I threw a rock at the mama bear, and I scared her away, and she ran away. And I ran out there, and I jumped on top of the trap, and I opened up the door to let the babies out, and I was like kicking the top of the trap, and I was like, you guys got to get out of here, you got to go and run away. And one of the bears jumped out of the trap and ran away and stood right next to me, and then the door closed, and the other baby bear didn't get out. And then I opened up the door again, really wide, and I kicked the trap as hard as I could, and I was like, you guys have to go. And the second baby bear climbed out of the trap and ran away with the other one, and when I sat up, Mama Bear was from me to that wall away,
Jesus,
waiting for them, and I saw all three of them disappear into the woods, and we never saw them again. They never came back because they were so scared.
wow.
That's good.
That's good. So they all survived.
What
saved
did
them.
the trap look like?
The trap was like a big,
How did
it was like a big
huge.
box. Yeah, it was like a big
Like
box.
for like a big bear.
Exactly.
It's
It was
like
a big box
bear trap.
with, and the spring on it was strong enough to hold a bear in. And I'm laying on the top of it with these two big. Do you have any idea how bad bears smell? I'm laying on the top of it, and I'm like with one hand opening this thing up, and I'm kicking the crap out of the top of the thing to try to scare the babies out. And they all got away, and we never saw them again, so they're safe.
And I heard that your mom was inside with a phone ready to call 911 in case.
Your mom and Mom was standing in the window with 911 dialed and waiting for Mom to come and eat me.
Because the mommy bear could have been really mad, because if you get between a mommy bear and her babies, you are history, because she's very protective of her
And
babies.
I didn't even think of it. All I was concerned with was saving those two baby bears.
So how about that? Now your dad is a hero.
Yeah.
And
And
I
those
want him
bears
to
are
write a
still
book.
those bears are still out there somewhere.
I want him to write a story and illustrate it just for you. Wouldn't that be a
Dad?
wonderful present?
Dad, would you please write a story for that?
Nice.
Yeah, Dad? What is your answer?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. As soon as I finish with school.
Dad, I love you so much.
I love you so much too, honey.
And thank you for telling that story.
Yeah, that's a good
For
story.
saving those bears.
Yeah.
When I tell people that story, they're like, "You're a freaking maniac." Like I didn't even think about it.
Don't they know you though?
Well, you know what the thing was is that
'Cause-
before that happened, before the bears broke into the community center, because they have a cat.
Didn't you guys save them out of the dumpster once? No.
Well, no, because they would jump into the dumpster all the time, and I would go out there, and I would just go to the end of the driveway, and I'd grab rocks,
Oh,
and I would throw them at the
you'd get
dumpster
them out.
and
Yeah.
make noise, and then they would run off, and we wouldn't see them for 2 or 3 days, and then they would
Gotcha.
come back. At the community center, although they denied it to the health department, had a cat door in the back door of their foam core door.
That's
And
where
so-
the bear went in.
And that's where the bears. They
in
just
the
like
cat door.
one day when they were waiting for Mom to bust into the dumpster, they were like, "Hey, wait a second!
There's a hole in the
There's
door.
a door here for us to go
Yeah,
to a
well,
restaurant."
they actually turn knobs and walk in
Yeah.
houses with regular
But
doors
instead, this time they just went through the cat door.
and broke it all apart.
Babies.
No, they,
They
they
got-
just walked through the cat door. I mean,
They
it
were
was
that
like,
small.
It was like a dog door, and there were there were just little cubs.
So what's the deal? So you said that the community center had a plastic top on their dumpster so the mother bear could go in?
Well, this was before all the bear laws went into effect,
Uh-huh.
and the community, not the community center, but the Woody Creek Tavern had a normal dumpster with plastic lids on the top that just flip open and close. So Mom would climb on top of it, and she would just like bounce a couple times, and the lids would fall in. And then she would throw food out to the bears. It was actually really cute to watch because the bears would try to climb in and they'd fall down. And so I would go out there when they were doing it and I would scare them away. And I would go out there and scare them away. But when then that woman called the Department of Wildlife and had them trapped, I called the Department of Wildlife back and I was like, they've got a cat door and a foam core door. They've got no metal lids on their dumpsters. Like they're inviting these bears in.
Really?
And so the Department of Wildlife was like, okay, we'll have somebody come out and pick up the trap. And this was like Thursday night or something. But we can't get there until Monday. So for 4 days, I was monitoring. I would go out and close the trap, and then somebody would open it up. And then I'd go back out and close it, and somebody would open it up.
That's crazy.
And so the night they got caught, I went out there at 11 o'clock and closed the trap, went to bed, and Kansi woke me up.
That's
And the mother bear's like standing on her back legs, like shaking the thing and howling and screaming, and the babies are inside.
So she knew what was up.
Yeah.
So she'd experienced a trap before, maybe.
I think she had a collar. As I recall, I think she did have a collar, so she'd been caught before.
Thanks. So that's a good story, Mom. I just don't want,
But
I want
after
it to
that
go
night,
down in
when
the
I let
history
those
of your
guys go,
family.
When those guys left, we never saw another bear come back. We've not seen a bear back at that dumpster since.
That's a great, you're a hero.
You actually are a
I actually saved
You actually, your daughter just said you actually are
3
a
bears.
hero.
That's what I'm a hero for a living, my dear.
Yeah, that's true.
true.
It's true. How many lives do you save a day?
I don't know.
Lot.
Sometimes one, sometimes none.